What's going on, Charles Botenston? I am just in a roll right now, so I'm going to make 2 more videos. Number one is I had a actually insane dream, and I'll just tell you a really quick way to get more sleep. Number one is you have to wear eye blinders, and it wraps around your entire head, literally your entire head, because when I had just an eye mask, it would come in through the sides. And the other is that the entire room is pitch black, and you put on some kind of I put on binaural beats, which means that it pulsates, and it goes at theta waves, which means that you actually sleep better. And the first time I did this, I had one of the craziest dreams. I had a dream that and I've talked about it before, it's called the rocking chair effect, and Tony Robbins has said this. You sit on a rocking chair and you imagine that you're whatever amount years old, and the rocking chair is literally you looking back at this moment and saying, should I do this? Should I do what I'm about to do? Should I approach this pretty girl? Should I start this business? Should I call on this client for business? Or whatever the case is. And I had a dream that I was actually there. Like, you can make it realistic, but you still know that it's the year and you're thinking and you're imagining. I actually had a dream that I was 96 and I was unable to do anything. I was on the rocking chair and I was looking out. It was the exact same thing that I would do when I was imagining it. I'm like getting the chills thinking about it. And I was 96 and I was literally looking back at my life and saying, what did I do? Did I do enough? Did I make enough of an impact? What about my family? Did I spend enough time with them? And I just remember, and it's just like so real right now. I remember thinking back to my age, I'm 31, and saying, what could I have done differently? And it felt so real. It was crazy. I remember waking up and I looked around. You ever have those dreams where you literally wake up and you look around and you're like, am I still in my dream? You're like, was that real? And the reason I say that is because I always thought everything will last forever, okay? When I was in high school, I thought, this sucks. I want to go to college. I want to booze and party and everything. Then when I was in college, I was like, this sucks. I want to and obviously I had fun. I'm saying, I had a lot of fun in high school and college, but it was always like, this is going to last forever. I'm only a freshman in college. I'm only a freshman in high school. I'm only a freshman in middle school, or, I'm only in 5th grade or 6th grade. This is going to last forever. And it doesn't. And the funny thing is, I have a lot of young viewers, and even people my age, 31, they're like, my kid is 1. Like some of my friends, they just had kids, and they're, say, 5 months old or 6 months old, and they're like, this is going to last forever. And I'm like, dude, no, it's not. I'm like, appreciate it. Talk to my parents. Talk to my brother. My brother has kids that grew up like that. All of the huge, fun, exciting things, you have to understand that it's not lasting forever. And that is the paradox, is that you want to hold on to the moment. But releasing the moment actually gives you the most joy and happiness. Releasing the urge to keep the moment real and present and exactly how it is when you really do appreciate it. It's such irony that, I don't even know if that's a real word, but it's so ironic that to really have total joy, you have to literally just release. Just release, like right now I'm doing right now. I'm just releasing just any foibles or any insecurities or anything in my mind that would hold me back from being the authentic me. And that's how you really enjoy a moment. And funny enough is that that's really where you should make your decisions. And I think that's why Tony Robbins said, do the rocking chair effect, because when you look at it, that's when you really release any insecurities of, what are they going to think? Am I going to get rejected? Is it going to work out? What if it doesn't? All those insecurities that we get. Perfect example today, I was walking down the street and I turned around real quick and I see this girl and I'm like, oh my God, it's a girl that I used to date. And I had that reaction like that, and she was wearing glasses, very pretty girl, and she didn't react at all. And I was like, oh my God, I thought I knew you and everything else. We had a great conversation. So funny is that once you train yourself to just do things, I'm training myself to just react, to just do it. I'm gonna screw up a lot of times, but moments like that where I actually said hello to the girl, where I said, oh my God, I thought you're someone else, and we bantered and everything else, exchanged numbers, we're gonna hang out, blah, blah, blah. But that moment would never have come unless I released being who I was, and ironically enough, not holding on to the moment, because most people are like, how do I look in front of them? Am I saying the right things? Do they like me? Am I cool enough? Am I up to their standards? Sometimes I say that with clients that are extremely wealthy. You know, clients that are name dropping, like celebrities or wealthy people that I read about in the newspaper, or politicians. Oh, I hung out with that person. And sometimes I'm like, am I saying the right thing? But what they really, really like is that you're releasing and you're not holding on to the moment. And ironically enough, to go back to what I was saying, what lasts forever? Nothing. Nothing lasts forever. Everything is changing. And that's the fun. That is the fun. What if everything stayed the same? And it was Groundhog Day. Look at Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. He wasn't that excited. He wasn't stoked that he woke up and like after a while, yeah, he was like, you know what? I want this day. But you're stuck in the present. You're stuck in the past. Living in the present is not holding on to the present. It's releasing the present, releasing who you think you should be for who you want to be. Unbelievable. Release who you think you should be for who you want to be. And enjoying the moments is literally being not only who you are, but releasing the temptation to see, you know, I'm not going to even go too much deeper on that, but going back to the actual moment that I woke up, I literally had the moment of waking up, going back to the dream, and I said, oh my God, nothing lasts forever. I'm going to die. I already had that like in my mind, like, oh my God, you're gonna die, and not in a bad way, but more in like, let's get as much done as we can before my time comes. But the dream was so real that I looked back and I noticed that I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't able to create anymore. I was so old that I walked, I just aches and pains, and just like looking back where I was just so incapacitated, so helpless on my rocking chair that I was just like, oh my God. And I think the reason, this is crazy, I'm actually thinking deeper into this. I think the reason that I actually had this is because I was at Starbucks, and I remember it might have been that day. And I remember looking over, and this woman sat down. She had a jacket on. She had long clothes on, long pants on. And I'm like, wow, like, you know, that's interesting. But then I started thinking, I'm like, she's at the age where air conditioning is really cold. She had a jacket on. She had the newspaper. She was so cute. She had a newspaper. She had coffee and everything else. And I remember, this is the difference maybe between us, people that are in self-development, and everyone else. Everyone else would be like, that's weird, she's wearing a jacket. But this is what I said. I wonder why she's wearing a jacket. Why is she wearing a jacket? Then I started going deeper, and I said, oh my God. I looked at her hand, no ring. Maybe she was married, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was married and her husband passed away. You know, maybe something happened. And then, or maybe she wasn't wearing a ring and her husband's at home, or he's in a nursing home. Or, you know, you start thinking, and then you look at her and she's so frail and she's so old, and it's like, what does she think when she sees me? She sees me, a 31-year-old vibrant person that has the whole world in front of him. And she's thinking, take advantage of it. Go, do it, create, do as much as you can, fail, try it. And maybe, or she's not. But to be honest, I think she is. Because when I was in my dream, that's all I was saying. It was like, do it, go, do it. Yes, of course. Make yourself look bad sometimes. You know, do stupid things. Be radical, be crazy, be yourself, be authentic. That's really what it is. You know, happiness, which I just did a video about. That's all it is just being happy, is releasing and doing what you want. And the reason we don't is the fear of looking bad, or at the very least, the fear of looking good, or the fear of not looking good. At the very, very least, the fear of looking bad. We gotta look good. At the very least, we don't wanna look bad. That's the only reason we don't do anything. Start businesses, go out on a limb, say what we want to say on social media, say what we want to do what we want to do, everything. Look around at old people. Look at the eyes that they have towards you. They say, do everything you can now before you get to my age. And I just live a good life. That's really what it comes down to in my mind. I hope that helped a little bit. It was a wild dream. It was very, very profound. And the only way to get really, really good dreams is to total darkness and just a constant in the background. So have an awesome day. Subscribe to the video. Let me know your thoughts about crazy dreams that you've had, and obviously going throughout life that's not regretting. Really, what it comes down to. Have an awesome day. Talk to you.